Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 70837, and this is the Shimmer and Shine Sparkle Spa from the Summer LEGO Movie 2 wave of sets. And this set contains 694 pieces, retails for $69.99, contains 8-ish minifigures, sort of. And then, that's including the buildable characters. And, it's got a pretty interesting look. It's one of the more girly colored sets, if you want to go with that, but it does have one instruction booklet, which is a regular size, perfect bound, and contains 5 bags. And normally I wouldn't look too much at the instructions, but I did want to show off these a little bit, because there are some weird spots in this instruction booklet where, it's got this, section where there's nothing, and then you have all these random parts which are not shown there, and then they disappear again. There are all sorts of instruction errors in this book. There's another spot where there's a 1x2 purple plate that comes in, or at least for me, came in a bag before it was supposed to, and it's like just right on the top of these little columns. There's a 1x2 purple plate on top of each of them, and instead of putting it on, or instead of the instructions telling you to put it on in that step, it waits until the next bag later where you build the other one up, and then it tells you to put them both on at the same time, which was just weird and a little bit confusing, but that's just the instructions. We're going to start out with the figures of this set because there are a lot of them, and they're some of the bigger draws of this particular set. Here we have Flamingo, one of the buildable characters. This is the larger one of the buildable characters in the set. And it's got some good pink pieces. Nice use of this heart plate as the tail, and that's articulatable. Some of the smaller hearts on the little wings, which move in and out. Would have been nice to see those maybe on a ball joint, but then you would have had some ugly grays in there, so I don't mind this too much. And you can move them forward. You can also move them back. If you wanted to move them back and flip them around, you could swap them side to side so that the pink side would be outwards. We have a printed 1x2 brick with a little bit of gold printing and then a little pink. This is the same design that they use on one of the other characters with just a different color up here. That is exclusive to the set. And then we've got the pearl gold 2x2 plate, which is cool to get in the newer pearl gold. And those aren't too common, as well as a couple of rounded 1x2 plates, which just allow these pink bars to stick in there. Those pink bars, I don't think I've ever seen them before. They may appear in some friend sets, but none that I own, I don't think. So it's kind of a cool part inclusion, but I think, actually, I guess according to the brick set inventory, I was just scrolling up and down, so that's why you might have heard it, but these are actually exclusive to the set, as are these rounded 1x2 plates in this color, and the eyes are nothing exclusive. This and Unikitty tail in dark pink is exclusive. It's a little bit weird that it's not the same color as these, but overall, this is a pretty decently built up figure. A little bit of weird understud or anti-studs on the bottom of the beak section, and the beak is the same color as the rest of the body. Maybe it would have been nice to get, some representation of black at the end of the beak, but this is still a cool character. And then we have 8, who is significantly smaller, but just as cool. 8 has this printed 2x2 round brick, and actually the 2x2 round brick in pink on top of Flamingo is also exclusive to this set. And these octopus arms on 8 here, there's only 4 of them, but they are exclusive in these colors, which is cool again. And got a teapot and a little cup over here. It's a good looking thing. It's got the same sort of robe design built up with the 2x2 plate, but it's doesn't have a printed piece because it has these octopus arms in the place of them, and you can move the arms around side to side. That is a 1x1 bracket in white, which is kind of cool, and it's just a cool little buildable character. And then we have Archimedes, the last of the batch, and Archimedes I think might be my favorite. I really like the printed brick for him, I guess probably him. The ears are kind of cool, and we have a different print on that 1x2 brick there. The arms can move up and down a little bit, which, I don't know, it's a little bit of articulation. It's not too much, but it's cute, and he's got the tail that moves up and down, so he's probably the simplest of the 3, but I like him a lot. And here we have what's called Calm Down Kitty, And this is basically in the Apocalypseburg, Apocalypse slash Ultra Kitty, and it just has a different face brick with different prints on there, which, it's not too crazy exclusive or special. It's just, a smile. But it's nice to get here. It's also nice to get, the tail piece again. Especially, because if you got the double-decker couch or triple-decker couch mech, you'd get an Ultra Caddy who just, has an angry face, but doesn't have the tail. But get the nice flame printing on the body, and the 1x3 plate. And this one, unlike the one in Emmett's house, has the new neck attachment method, which is just a whole lot sturdier. So I like it. And this is a nice face for her. And then we move on to the only exclusive character who's named in the movie, Balthasar, the super chill vampire. And he's a mini doll, so there's that. He does have this new cape piece, which is a little bit loose on him. It moves side to side really easily. But other than that, it's a good shape. And looks like it does in the movie. His face design is cool. And, he does have this brand new hairpiece, which is really neat and sparkly. And looks good from all angles, really. And, his torso is well printed. That's pretty nice and opaque there. And he does have the sleeves, which are like completely vertical lines, basically. And, his legs are, just mini doll legs. But I think they are still a new color. So this is a pretty decent mini doll. But what's even cooler is this little alternate version of him, and yes, they include the parts for both of these at the same time. So you do get two of this hairpiece. And he's got a different facial expression, which this is just a regular mini doll head on a new bat body mold with a bar on the top. So you could do all sorts of things with that, but this is just a standard mini doll head, so you basically do get two expressions for him, which this is, I think, the first time that we've gotten two different expressions for a mini doll in the same set. But, the bat is cool, and a nice little extra bonus inclusion. I mean, we don't see this in the movie at all, so, I don't know, it's nice that they went ahead and gave it to us anyway. And last but not least, because it's Benny, we have Benny and Lucy here. Lucy has her blue and pink hair, and does have the arm printing and leg printing, like normal. For this version of her, and the torso print is fine. In this particular set, especially, that tan for the curves is a little bit jarring, but it still works. And she's got back printing, and the alternate face for her is the same as in a lot of other LEGO Movie 2 sets. Benny has no back printing, so I'm not going to bother taking that off, but we will remove his helmet so you can see the full extent of this face, which I like this face a lot, and this one, which is cool, but a little bit over the top, I think. And we don't really see that happen. He just looks kind of crazy there. But this is almost like his spaceship yell. So, both of these figures are fine. Nice to get another one of this hairpiece for Lucy. And the new face print for Benny is awesome. The only build we have here separate from the rest of the model is this little massage table, which actually has a hole so you can fit a minifigure, sticking through. And I guess you could turn his face sideways too if you wanted to be able to see his reaction to it. But it basically allows their body to stay flush with the table. And, it's fine. Looks cool. It's suspended off the ground pretty well using some white telescopes. Yeah, just a nice build. Also, these aqua pieces, aqua tiles, are kind of neat to get. Not too common. But I don't believe those ones are exclusive to this set. But here we have the full model here. And, it's got a decent amount going for it. We'll start over on this side with the last part that you build, actually. But you can sort of use this as like a little sink or hair rinsing station, if you'd like to. But it could maybe be used in conjunction with the massage table thing. But we'll get that out of the way. I don't know what this little round, 1x1 brick with a tile on top is supposed to be, maybe paper towels or something, but it's kept in this little crate. We've got the little sink with that lever on it. We've got some nice little candles which use the new Harry Potter flame pieces, and you got some stairs that you can basically just climb up. They look maybe icy or slippery, but probably just fancy looking. And you can pull this up. It's basically a giant toilet looking. I think it's supposed to be like some sort of hot tub, but I don't know why it closes. But the feature here is you can pull this up and send someone flying out the back, and then close it up, and that basically works just by having this empty space in here, and as you pull this up, just lets that fall down, and just to be thorough and show you the inside is detailed with some blue tiles of various colors, which I don't know, just interesting. If we move over here to the center section though, this is the part where the build looks really cool, I think. It's got, you can see some various colors on the inside, but that kind of just helps make it look more crystal-like. It uses a lot of these Nexonites Pentagon tiles, 27 in this light blue color, and they're actually exclusive to this set. So if you want those, this is a really good source of them, and they're really cool looking pieces. So I don't know, I like them a lot, and find the inclusion to be really neat. But got some various other crystal-like structures, including some of the pyramid tiles as well in this translite blue color. I got some speakers up here for the music therapy, which isn't really seriously demonstrated in this set, but you do get that representation, so that's cool. The crystal shape of this arch just comes together really nicely. I like the build for this center section, even though it has the least amount of actual features. It's just cool looking. I like the pentagon shape, and it's basically an archway you can walk through. We'll show you the back in a second. We do have down here two of these little candle things with little domes on top of them, and these are cool pieces to get, as well as more of those little flames from the Harry Potter theme. And this little walkway here is pretty well detailed up too, with some of these 2x2 wedge tiles, and then the triangle ones, and then a little wedge plate. Just creates a cool shape, which this set doesn't have like the most going for it. It's kind of a pretty simple playset if you strip everything down a little, but the build here in the center section is just so cool looking, and I don't know, I just like it a lot. And then over here we have this little final section, which outside has some of the little tables which you could pick up and move around if you wanted to. You don't have to leave them right there, but they both have some various vials of stuff, and they're offset by half a stud, and just got a little bit more crystal detail around this side, and you have a wall with a crystal on top. I don't know if that crystal is supposed to be significant, but what this actually does is be a cool place for Balthasar to stand, just like that, and that's all he does. But there's actually a secret hidden feature here, and to do that, all you have to do is, turn this thing on the back, which we'll show you, and that'll transform him into an upside-down hanging bat. And, it's a pretty smooth feature. Just turns around. It was a little bit finicky to get the build right. You have to orient gears in certain directions in order for it to work properly, and I just had a tile sticking up or something that caused it to get caught at a certain point. But once I just pushed everything down perfectly, it all worked nicely. And that's why we have these 1x1 round bricks, so that there's nothing interfering with the curve here. And they actually fill it in really nicely, since it uses the plate-based gears and not Technic ones. You're actually able to get a perfectly smooth circle there. And if we turn this around just to show you how that gets activated, you'll see there's actually a little bit of detail back here as well, with just these little things sitting on a shelf. And oh, there's Angry Kid. But in order to activate the feature, all you do is turn this that way. And it works pretty easily. And you'll see it uses these splat gears. There's another one of the same size underneath in the center there. And this can kind of move in and out. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that, but it doesn't seem like it anyway. You can lock the feature. And from the back, it still looks pretty decently finished, even in the middle. These maybe would have been nice to, get a tile to cover them. Like a 1x8 tile, I don't think would have interfered with anything, except for maybe a back view of the translucent bricks there. But, got a good amount of light aqua here. Nothing too ugly, but nothing too finished off either. And you can place some figures back here if you'd like to. Just sitting here. in the archway, maybe entering the spa, and then over here, this back area is a little bit less finished, but you know, it's not too bad. There's nothing crazy ugly here, and you know, the miscellaneous colors sort of blend in. Maybe this tan is just a tiny bit out of place. It would be nice to see, I don't know, a different, more bright color, but you know, you could even use this space as a place to kind of tack on the flamingo's feet. Maybe there's a way to do it if you wanted to get everything to, you know, kind of be attached together by studs. So you move the whole thing and everything moves. And, you know, that kind of fills in that space if you wanted to. And you know, that looks pretty good. And then if we take, you know, the massage table, put it over here, take Unikitty, put Unikitty relaxing in the spa thing. I don't know what to do with these two. Obviously Archimedes is the massage expert. And then Octi can be standing over here, or 8. No, that's his name. And yeah, there's a that's pretty good looking collection here. Overall, I think this set actually makes a really pretty decent display. It is really just a basic playset. There's not too much going on here, and I do think that the set is definitely more targeted towards girls than, you know, boys. But still, I think that, you know, anyone who's a fan of the LEGO Movie 2 could enjoy this set. I don't think it's the best one of all of them, but the build here for the center section is just really cool. It uses these pyramid tiles to prevent this whole clipped assembly. This is all just clips. It's not attached to the back at all, and it just keeps that from moving back and forth really at all, and it just works well, and there's a really striking angular look to it. And I don't know, I just like it. It makes me happy to look at it, so I'll probably try to keep this on display for a while at least, just because it's just cool looking in person. And really, that's all I can convey with this review. I do think that for $70, it's a decent value, if a little bit, like in terms of play value. I don't think there's $70 of play value here, but $70 of display value, maybe, especially if you factor in the figures. And I think that it's fair. I don't know if it's a better value than if you're buying Emmett's Dream House for just the house build, but if you're buying it for the Rescue Rocket, then, you know, I think maybe that's a better set. But I do think that this is probably more worth the money than Sweet Mayhem's Star Starship, especially with all the exclusive figures. And I think that this looks equally as visually interesting as that set does. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.